Good morning, everybody.
We're live a bit early.
Also, people are already giving me sass in the comments about my bathroom habits.
Has Eddie two poos?
Oh my God. That is far too much information for people at 8 o'clock on a Saturday.
We've got people from Van Love there already. Look, hopefully you had a good night last night with Ellie Sachs.
You need to tell us. Was it as good as last year? She is amazing.
And Bobby's 8x8 there as the dance floor as well. I guarantee Brown Bird were up there first. Anyway.
But thanks so much for coming on this morning to chat with us, everybody. It is so lovely. And we are so excited about our new project. So I think we may as well just jump straight into some questions because the chat is going on. Thank you, everybody. So I'll start with the ones that were sent through last week. So Craig asked us, where did we find the property for sale? So it was just on Rightmove. Yeah. Although that was while we were sat in the van in Alaska scanning through properties. But that's where we found it. Where is it roughly in the UK? So it's just about 6 miles south of the Lincolnshire Wolds, not far from a town called Woodhall Spa.
This isn't. Did you delay this?
No, I haven't delayed it.
I don't know if it's gone live.
Why?
Because look.
Everyone's just saying good morning, yeah?
No.
Yeah, it's fine.
Are we live? Somebody tell us if you were live.
Yeah, you're live.
Okay.
Thank you. I told him he never listens, like normal. And then the next question is, are we going to spill the beans on what our next travel vehicle is that we are going to build? At this rate, we've bought a base truck and, we should buy a truck to build to live in.
We definitely want a truck, but the problem is they cost so much money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, at least 20 grand, say, to buy the vehicle and to do it up. Yeah, it's so expensive. So that was the plan initially, to buy a truck, build it and live in it. But it's
going to work out and give us a lot more money available to do the house and the shed if we do temporary houses.
Thanks very much, Teresa. That's ever so appreciated.
Can we see more of Brian the dog? Yes, especially now we are home, because as some of you might not know, Brian is John's mum and dad's dog. But that also means he lives on the same property as us. So now that we are home, you will see lots more of the big bad Brian.
Buy Bobby's old one. I'm telling you now, Bobby's old one is going to be rough.
I mean, it's epic and the places he's taking it, but he has sent that.
Yeah, well, that's one thing I'm a bit jealous of, actually, because like when he uses it, whereas we're always a bit like, we don't want to scratch it. So that's one build we will do. We will build and actually use anyway.
But we will go back to building campers. I mean, that's the whole point of buying this property. Like, yes, it's lovely that we're going to have a bit of land and we're going to build a new house, but the whole reason we bought it is for the workshop.
Yeah, Richie, how long will it take you to build the house? How long is a piece of string, mate? It's literally going to be one of them suck it and see jobs, really. So
also very much how quickly we run out of money too.
Old Urban Aiden's on. Morning, mate.
Okay.
DIY adventures.
So to the next question, ZBD wants to know, without being nosy, how much would the plot cost us? So we paid 250,000 for that plot.
Yeah, which really it was all about the shed. That's the only reason we bought it. And to try and find one like that for the money, we think we got a good deal. Anyway.
Yeah, hopefully so. The area that we live in of the UK is one of the cheaper areas. So that does mean, and it's probably about 50 minutes from our house, which is why when we come to do it, so a lot of people have asked what's first, the shed or the house. John Blue?
It's going to be the shed, obviously, because we need the shed to build the house. So build the tiny house. I just saw a comment then about how much do we think the tiny house is going to build? Same again. Don't know really. And we don't really want to keep track of it because we've done it before and you end up scrimping towards the end when you start getting to that end figure. So it's literally just going to sort of cost what it costs. And it's not that we've got an endless supply of money. It's just that if we get to a stage where we run out, well, then we'll just deal with it then.
Yeah. So. And we did cost up building the tiny house on the hay bale trailer in comparison to building a truck because we wanted to make sure that it was a sensible thing to do. And it will come out a lot cheaper. Obviously, prices of materials change when you come to buy them. But the whole, I guess, outline of what we want to do is the first thing we need to do is get ourselves on site. So that will mean a static caravan because lots of people said, why don't you just get a static?
I'm only leading into the screen because the questions are going so quick and I'm trying to read them.
John's just going to look like this the whole
I'm
video.
being like this. I'm not being rude. I'm just trying to get some of your questions.
So the first thing we need to do is get a static on site.
I'm surprised John can read. Cheeky. Can I swear?
So the first thing we need to do is get a static on site and get ourselves some water and things. Then we will use that static caravan to build the shed. Then we will use the shed to build the tiny house. Now, the reason we're doing that as well as the static is obviously John's mum and dad will need to come to the property before it's probably available because we're going to run out of money and need to sell this.
Yeah, and then people are saying, hopefully we won't run out of money before spending all money on tools. That's the hardest thing at the minute. Honestly, I'm going looking at welding tables, all sorts of stuff, but
I'm thinking maybe we should look at the fabric of the building first. Just a suggestion. It might be good if it has a roof.
I'm addicted to Facebook Marketplace at the minute. So
it is out of control.
I'll ban myself as well, to be honest.
So then, and the other reason that we want to build the tiny house is that we actually, as long as we can, intend to keep it so that it will be like a little guest house. Because as you all know, my family all live in Australia and a lot of my friends are Australian. Yeah. So it means they can come and stay with us and have their own space.
Teresa, do you need an environmental assessment before disturbing the land? Yes, we need so much stuff before we even crack on. So we've got a couple of videos lined up to sort of tie this over. And that's the hardest thing, whether we're going to run out of things to do as we're waiting for things like that. So
because as you know, the house has got planning permission to build a house on it. But because we want to make such radical changes to those plans, we're going to have to go again with the planning permission. So that means ecology surveys, ground contamination results, tree surveys. So we'll explain everything as we go. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. And like we need to get water connected, which takes months and all kinds of bits and bobs like that.
Loads of 102,000 subscribers. We hit the 100,000. Thanks very much. We haven't actually acknowledged that actually, but mental, absolutely bonkers. And to be honest, I never really thought like the whole subscriber thing is a bit. They reckon that subs are for what's the subs are for shows?
Subs are vanity, views are sanity.
Yeah, because realistically, it's all about the views, but it is lovely.
And I think it's just such a surreal thing. When you start YouTube, it's that like golden. What do you call it? Like goal in the corner over there, and you never, ever, ever think you're going to reach it. So it does blow our minds.
What you do is you actually have to apply to get the plaque. So they've sent us through the code, and then they'll send one through.
So we thought we'd do a post and we get our little silver button. I can't believe it.
You can order loads more as well because our mate old John from
Shadow Phone.
He bought a load for his workers as well because obviously it's a joint thing. So
legend. Also, I have to make a little point here to shout out both Teresa, Angelina and Diamonds on Tour, who are all watching us from the Americas.
3-4 o'clock in the morning.
So I'm sure you guys are absolute legends, and we're so grateful that you guys are up with us this morning. Well, middle of the night, let's be honest.
But Aidan, no, the pins hasn't sold yet, unfortunately. No. It's a rich. It's a
big, fancy toy.
Yeah, so it's an expensive toy. So I'm sure there's plenty of people going, "Oh, it's too overpriced," but hey, we'll see.
We'll see if it goes. At 2 a.m, Teresa says. So I know Angelina's at 3 a.m.
in Vegas.
Okay, next question on my list was, is John still alive after his mum's caught up with him? Yes, just about. She did scare the bejesus out of me last Saturday. We were working outside and she came up behind me and she went, "Hoi, you!"
Thanks very much, Tracy and SpongeBob Dave. That's ever so much appreciated.
And Sandra also wants to know, are all the general services connected to the land? So sewage, gas, those kinds of things. So we do have power, as you guys saw in last week's video, which
three-phase. Folder. We can get a big lathe. We can get all sorts with 3-phase. If you don't know, like a lot of old school machinery is run by 3-phase and have always been limited. So yeah, might have to buy another compressor.
Oh, and update on, you know, how that board was burnt where the electric comes in. We got the story on that. So we went and had a chat with our lovely new neighbours the other day and got to cuddle Winnie the dog. But they told us that the power used to come into the top of the shed and the farmer was driving his bale trailer in to drop hay off, drove underneath it, got caught, set fire, and he just jumped out the tractor, as you would do, and let the whole thing go up.
Living Kevlar, have you got quotes for removing the asbestos? Hey, it's very expensive. It's ridiculous, mate. So one of the quotes we got was 18 grand. But we can
plus that.
Oh,
and that
sorry.
was the cheapest to get someone else to do it.
But we can actually do it ourselves, so it's going to be a lot cheaper that way. You just get an enclosed skip, not just a normal skip, and then you can just load it in there, so you don't have to double bag it and all that sort of stuff. So
we've tested the asbestos.
Thank you very much.
We've tested the asbestos that we've got on site, and it's the safest kind of asbestos that there is, basically. I mean, no asbestos is safe. And we don't even have to form like the health and safety executive or anything like that. We just have to get safe disposal, certificates.
Thanks, Luce. Will be plenty of bungees in the new house and the new shed.
There will be no bungees in the house.
You've got some more in your van at the minute.
He can have as many bungees in the shed as he likes. How's that?
Yeah.
Where were we? I was talking
about the asbestos.
Oh, yes. Like John said, we just have to have asbestos skips, and then we have to wear the Walter White suits and everything, which shout out to Sheila. I had a call with her the other day because she works with a company that does all like breathing safety stuff. So she gave me loads of advice, loads of information. She's even helping hook us up with the like super fandango masks to keep us nice and safe. So we will look after ourselves, we promise, because we know a lot of people were worried about that.
Yeah. Because in Australia, I think it's real strict on removing asbestos as well.
Right, can you not do it yourself?
A lot of Aussies messaging there. So.
Okay. And then another question from Sandra: will we be building an eco-friendly house? So this is a bit of a balance because it's cost versus kind of gains. Like we said, we want to build it out of tin, which we know isn't the most eco-friendly, but then it lasts for ages. But we will be going hardcore on the insulation. We want to do as much solar as we can afford and batteries. And we also are going to do heat pump heating. Not sure at the moment whether to go ground source heating or air source heating, but that's all stuff that we'll...
SpongeBob, it wasn't too rude. I will start an OnlyFans if we run out of money, and let's be honest, we'll get plenty of money from that, won't we? So
he'd be delighted.
I would actually. And how much of the builds are hoping to do yourself? We plan to do a lot, like literally everything, and try and just get things signed off, like the electrics. Which shout out to all the Sparkies out there. They had so much help about the free phase.
Just loads of people messaging.
So thanks, Sarah. But yeah, we're planning to do everything, the lot. So. We'll be interested anyway.
Yeah, but we will get people in where it makes sense too. So, for example, like we're laying the pad, we'll dig all the foundations, we'll do all the prep. But then if we pour the concrete wrong, it's a lot of money and a lot of work to clean it up. So we'll have someone come in and just make sure that it actually is laid level and
they'll like pour it, float it, but we're going to do everything else ourselves.
But yeah, and then like John said, other than that, really, we'll do all the plastering, we'll build the walls, insulate, everything, install all the kitchens, all of that, bathrooms. But we just, obviously for building regulations, there's certain things that you have to have qualified people. So what we really like, we know that there's tradespeople out there that will kind of give you a spec of what you need to do. You can install it so long as they can inspect everything, and then they'll give you a like safe certificate.
And rainwater harvesting, I don't know, we looked into it. It's quite expensive from what I've seen to get all the tanks and that, but maybe we might do it. Yeah. Because we've been speaking to John at
Direct Water Filters, absolute legend.
So we might do something like that. It's again, it's more of a price to.
But at bare minimum, we'll probably use it for gardening and stuff as well, because we've got so much roof space with both the big house and the shed. And obviously, because the house is going to be single story, it will be quite a big footprint. So it'd be a shame to waste that.
But somebody asking for merch, last little shorts. We're useless at it. We need to sort it.
We don't even have a
I just feel bad people buying my stuff, really. But if I do, I love this shirt. Like, this is a fitted shirt from Shadow Foam. So I need to speak to John if we end up doing merch. But
well, what we'd love to do is like really cool stuff, wouldn't we? Like make our own dirty bags, because as you know, we love those King's ones from Australia.
Will you get married at the new workshop? No way. A lot of people like get a bit of like touchy about the fact that we're not married, actually. And a lot of it is to do with tax, because
that is a fib. That is not the reason.
We fiddle the tax man by not being married.
We fiddle the tax man. Oh my giddy.
But like, there's benefits to being married, but there's a lot more benefits I find to not being married, and that's business free. That's the biggest one.
Free. What are you free of? Yeah, exactly. Do you know what has been the greatest thing up until we owned the house, which actually we haven't told them? We do actually own the house.
Oh yeah.
Finally went through last Friday. So we owned it as of the 11th of July. But up until that point, it gave me amazing leverage because every time he pissed me off, I could be like, pack it in or you're not getting your shed. And for the first time ever, it actually made him stop in his tracks. But now we own it. I'm scattered.
You know what, Nemo? How is it going, mate?
Oh, my cousin's on. Hi, Roxy. Okay.
Jason, thanks very much.
So next question, which was sent in before,
you
is
need
from...
to get your fingers out. We surely do, mate.
Christopher and Teresa Boone wanted to know how long to build the house. So, like I say, don't really have a time scale. It's going to just have to be what it'll be. We thought Big Red wouldn't take us 5 months. So I hope that's not some kind of prediction for how long things are going to take.
What we're going to miss from this place, where we live at the minute, is absolutely, it's dead end road. You can't drive through, so we get hardly any traffic. Whereas the new place we go in, it's a bit more traffic. So that's probably what we're going to miss.
It's so quiet. Like we taught our niece and nephew to ride their bikes like on the road at the front of our house. And
right, Danny.
We do dodgy things like driving down the road without the back on the Sainsbury's van to take a thumbnail and all those kinds of things. But we'll have our own land to do that on. So, and then have we thought about applying to Grand Designs?
Loads of people said that. I don't know if you get paid for it, and which I'm not saying all about money, but what I mean is if we then did it on Grand Designs, we'd lose out really for YouTube. So we'd sort of be kicking ourselves if we did.
Would we? Because it goes out after.
Yeah, so, I don't know. But I'd love to have the banter with old, what's his name anyway?
What is his name?
Kevin.
Kevin. Yeah.
Yeah, because he don't mind
wrecking
people, does he?
doesn't he? And then
you can raise the money on the calendar. We definitely need to do a calendar. I know you ladies and some of you gentlemen out there would love one of them beauties.
I did say to John when we went out shopping the other night, I said, if we run out of money, I am selling you. And I was thinking, tell me if I'm kind of on party with the rate. So day rate for a worker, £200. Day rate for a stripper, £15. Day rate for an hour of Johnny Loving, £2.50. I think that sounds about right.
You'd be lucky to get an hour.
3 minutes. Oh, goodness.
Luce, you would buy a calendar. I know you would.
I was about to read out a joke that someone's put in there, but I...
Where? Let me see.
Is
it
gone?
Up
a little bit further.
Is it the Rudy one?
It's always going to... They always get me. You'd think after all these nearly 15 years of living with John, I would be a bit better at that, but I am apparently...
Have you still got your caravan to live in while building? No, but we plan to get one.
Yeah, we'll get a static caravan. The main reason that we're not using a caravan is you only get like 10 litres of water, which... when we're like building and absolutely covered in the friendly mud, 10 litres probably isn't going to cut the mustard. So that's why we're going to get a static.
Yeah.
Which will probably have to have rainwater harvesting and all sorts to start off with because it's going to take forever to get the water in. Because not only do you have to apply to get water put in, but you have to get ground contamination surveys first before you're allowed to put a spade in the ground.
Well, you put the solar on the shed roof. We hope to. That's one reason why we want to get rid of the asbestos as well, because obviously we can't drill into it at the minute. So we plan to solar the shed roof and the house roof. But again, it's money. So we'll see.
Yeah. And it might be something that we can add like later on. And actually, huge thank you as well, because last week, it was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? The shed came out.
Thanks, Gary.
Loads of people were saying about, thanks, Gary, saying about getting natural light into the shed. So we're looking at doing a slightly different plan with the way we do it and putting some roof lights in, because that will help get lots of light in, and maybe some windows in those doors as well. So then if it's raining, we can shut them and get...
Tracy, have we had the house plans drawn yet? No, we're literally speaking to the architect when we speak. There's plans to build a house as it is, but we're obviously doing something totally different. So
yeah, which we have obviously started playing around with, but I think we're on about version 372 at the moment. And that's before the architect's got his hands on it.
Sewer septic tank. It is going to be...
sewage treatment plant.
That's what you actually have to call it now, apparently. But yeah, it's not mains there, so that's what it's going to be.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I got distracted from the mains question. So yeah, we've got power, but no water, no gas, and no drainage.
Have you thought about doing a Patreon account? I don't want to charge you any more for watching us. I hope to always keep YouTube free, and I know other people do. And like, I've got nothing against that, but I'd just love to keep it free. Maybe we might have to one day if we run out of money, but yeah.
And we've said before, we'd rather, I know that people don't always enjoy the ads that we do, but we'd prefer to have 60 seconds of our video be paid for by a big company.
And everyone just fast forward as you do, like I do. But like, some are useful, some aren't. And I know some of them aren't really relevant to what we do. But I wish more walkie sponsors. I wish tools, camper van people, but they don't. So
well, some camper van people do, but
but like the majority of the big hitters, and also they're the people that keeping YouTube going. So
and when you see a sponsor like that, we do an ad for a certain sponsor a lot of times, they're our saviors basically, because they'll give us a long-term contract to do an ad once a month, and that's how we actually know how much we're going to earn, because obviously it depends how long people watch the video for, how many people watch a video, so we'd never know how much money is coming in. So at least when we've got our sponsored ads, we actually have some kind of knowledge of
why are my hands dirty. We've been busy.
We have been very busy.
I can't wait to show you that one next week. But they're always dirty. I'm a mechanic. Just gets used to it. But,
calendar of Brian the dog riding a donkey. I mean, I would love to get a donkey. John's mum has been begging for a donkey since we bought the place as well. And goats. I love goats. That would be amazing.
You keep going, John.
Okay, I'll get to the next question. So there was a bit of debate about hedges and fences along the front of the property. We will definitely be keeping the hedge that's already there. One, because it's spiky, so if anyone tries to climb through, they'll get one of those in the bum. But it's just whether we add an extra hedge to it that's evergreen, so you can't see through, or whether we add a fence. The architect did tell us that the planners might not like us putting a 6-foot fence because it's not agricultural, it's more residential style. So we may just have to have hedge, which is less sound efficient, but looks prettier.
Yeah.
So
thanks very much, Karen. But it always trips me out seeing like the names and that of the people that message and are on here. But
it's ever so kind of you guys for coming along with us. Thank you. Are we going to do the build on YouTube? Actually, it was a question we had. So yeah, everything that we do, we will be filming. So sometimes that might mean that you watch us build walls for a very long time, but we will try and keep that
always
snappy.
Mix it up. Yeah.
And I think one thing that we've talked about is, say a job takes us weeks to do, we may just have to take off a video because we don't want to put out 3 videos of just building stud walls, for example. Yeah. So we might like make one video over 3 weeks and make it a more interesting video than just show you building a stud wall.
Somebody said shout out to Em and Lou. Well, if they're on here, I hope you're all right after what's been going on lately. Anyway,
we're so sorry. My dad will cry.
But, have you completed on the purchase now? Yes, we have. It's all gone through. So happy days, because we put the video out. The whole reason we didn't tell you what was going on is because we didn't want to like seem like we're messages, because if the house didn't go through, we were going a big red, and then we ended up having to like a week early anyway. So
because it took in total 15 weeks to buy that house, which is just madness, especially because coming from Australia, 45 days it takes to complete on a house once you've had your offer accepted. So yeah, absolute madness. Will we still be traveling while we're doing the house? So obviously this is
Anna Havana. What
Oh.
did the toothless woman order at the bar?
Oh my god. I'm so sorry.
So YouTube is Nicky and Harry. Yeah, I see they're building a house as well at the minute. They're renovating one. And they're doing pretty good as well. They're youngsters, them. So, yeah, good on.
Yeah. So will we still be traveling? Unfortunately, obviously, this is going to take all of our resources for a couple of years. So probably not. Not unless we get so covered in mud that we have to.
I would love to be doing another build as well. But, yeah, there's just no way we can afford it, to be honest. And what we get, a lot of people ask what we're going to get at the end once we're done. It's all down to money, because it depends how much money we've got to spend on the vehicle once we're done. So it might be a cheaper one to start with, and then we go more expensive. So,
but I think the thing to say is that the whole point of this is to buy the shed, to build campers, to then travel. Yeah. So it's kind of maybe a little travel hiatus for a few years.
Will my mum and dad be in the videos? They will be. I'll get them in at some point. But my mum doesn't like taking photos. Well, you've seen some of the photos. But so yeah, we'll have to get them in anyway, because. But we'll have to have a swear beeper for my dad, because he's like Jess, a bit of a potty mouth.
I think he makes me look quite good, actually, to be fair with the swearing.
But,
oh, bless him. Good dog.
Will we do a park night at our place? Probably not, no.
No, I think the thing is the licensing police, as old Clarkson would call them, and then insurance, and there's so much stuff that goes with it.
I'll be worried about my tools and
I think it would be a super fun thing to do, but I think all of the red tape that goes with it would make it a bit.
It's like a lot of people have offered coming to help, like ever so appreciate it, but like, because you have to get insurance for doing it and all sorts. Even if like subcontractors come into site, we have to be like, Yeah.
So one of the problems is because we want to do it all ourselves, there's all these legal responsibilities we have to take on because we're not having a builder oversee the whole project. So if we had anyone come and volunteer, we have to get employers' liability insurance.
Yeah.
And then we also have to write like all these massive policies and procedures. And it's a bit, I'm not saying all health and safety is bad, but house building is a little bit health and safety.
So are you close to the property now? Yeah, we're about 45 minutes away, so not too bad. And somebody else said, what do we watch on YouTube? YouTube's getting not watched at the minute. We have to really pick and choose.
It's not true.
But we sort of float about a bit. So like I watch a bit of
we are loving Jammy Gits Defender Build.
Like it's what sort of like takes you interest at the time. So, but Kinging It, Aiming a Beck, like not so much anymore. Like there's so many, like
we pick and choose. Well,
Jess and Alex, loads.
Obviously,
but even like you say, Nikki and Harry, like I've watched quite a few of their house building ones.
We've binge watched the entire back catalogue of the restoration couple because they're doing a big barn build as well. Rag and Bone Brown, he is a legend and he does like so many cool different DIY projects.
Literally we just pick and choose. Mr. Hughes, Tom Loughton, he's one of my favourites at the minute.
You're always on it because he's always getting ideas for things to buy.
But I imagine, are you going to manage like a CDM area?
Yes. So
I don't know what that means.
Everyone's so shocked that John doesn't know what the rules are. Yes. So I will be the principal contractor under CDM 2015 is what I'm planning to do.
Any baby goats? Jess wants goats, horses, donkeys, ducks, everything.
Orchard.
But hopefully not like all that sort of stuff. It's just work, isn't it? That's the thing. So that's the thing.
So good.
This new place, I want to try and keep it as minimal work as possible because that's the thing. You get more land, you get more stuff, more hassle in it. So.
Everybody needs to tell John that we need goats and donkeys and horses and ducks in the comments, please.
Chickens are good. We looked at chickens, but again,
I love ducks a lot more than chickens because of the way their bums wiggle. And apparently they're actually better layers than chickens. And they don't eat your food the way that chickens do. They just eat the slugs off of them. So
are you going to be the one in charge? Well, we all know the answer to that one. Otherwise, it wouldn't get done, would it?
Guinea pigs. Yeah. Oh, and I love rabbits too. My parents had a house rabbit when I was a kid as well. I used to sit on the sofa with the Labrador, of course. So for the next question,
you like homesteading? Jess wants to get into homesteading.
Yeah. So one of the things that is definitely going in the house plan is I want to have a big walk-in pantry because, as we said last week, I want to build my kitchen garden. So I need somewhere for all my jams and pickles and preserves and things like that.
Please keep those animals out of a potential calendar with John. I can see it now. That would get paid a lot of money because there's loads of weirdos that like paying for that sort of stuff. Me and the chicken.
John, it is 8:27 in the morning. Maybe blurring out sections of you. You wouldn't need very big animals. Oh dear. So hopefully we answered why we're building the tiny house. I feel like we got a little bit distracted.
We all know Jess loves rabbits.
Why we're building a tiny house. So obviously we will at some point need two houses. So one for John's mum and dad to live in and one for us because they live on this property with us. But also, like I say, so that we have guest accommodation for families and things. That means they've got their own space when they come to visit because coming from Australia isn't exactly close. So that's why we're going to build the tiny house. Here you go, look at the vision. Thank you very much, mate. That's much appreciated. And then packs of roaming basset hounds. Yeah. Yes, Teresa, that would be my dream come true. If anyone doesn't know, we used to have a basset called Charlie, and he was the best dog in the whole world.
Yeah, I've got a plasma cutter, normal plasma cutter, but I'd love a plasma cutter table anyway. But we'll see about that one.
And I think
a lot of money.
I think another thing to put into with the question about timing. So it's not just planning that we have to get signed off and then a huge long list of all of the different specialists. We have to come out and like inspect tree roots and the butterflies and all of those things. But it's also, once we've got planning permission, we then have to get all of the structural drawings designed and then we have to get those signed off as well before we can break ground. So that's another reason for the tiny house build as well, so that we can be working on the property while
Will we be doing a tunnel between?
No.
I'd love to, but that's just another project. It'd do well on the tube, though, I reckon.
I'm going to have to ban him from watching Colin Firth, I think.
But, sorry, I've already asked. One of our project managing the build. Yeah, we're project managing the whole lot pretty much. As people as we can get in to do it, save a bit of money.
Turn left at sea. I like the dressage arena reference. Is saying that land is crying out for a horse. I very much agree.
But looks like you have a space to certified location for campers and caravans. We'll definitely have a hookup point for friends to come anyway. But
I just saw a question I wanted to answer there. Sorry.
Did I rule out the pit? There's a lot of people that hate pits. I've worked in pits all my life, being like heavy duty diesel mechanic and that. So I don't see it as an issue, to be honest. So no, I haven't ruled it out, and hopefully we'll still be doing one. Again, planning and all that sort of stuff will come into it. But a lot of people said about doing the column lifts, which are brilliant, but they're expensive, and obviously you run out of roof height. If you get a big truck in there, you can't lift it up. So yeah, hopefully we're still doing the pit anyway.
Yeah. Someone asked who lives next to us right now. So obviously we've got neighbours of the farmer and other neighbours at the other side of the semi-detached, but John's mum and dad currently live in the house. So we know that when we come to live together at the new property, we've been living like this for a long time. Yeah. So we know that's
Thanks, TJ Munrose. Much appreciated, mate. The hedge fund, we need it. Plenty of hedges to put around there anyway.
I have been trying my hand at doing cuttings. But this weather isn't the most conducive. They are looking a little bit sad. But I have managed to get a few, which I'm quite proud of. If there's any green thumbs out there with advice for me, I'd be very grateful.
You should buy a Treat Transporter. We looked at doing all the sorts of different vans, but it's just the small space. We'd like a bit of space. And because with showers and like moving asbestos and things like that, we're going to need something big to...
Yeah, because every day after you've been working on asbestos, you have to have like a full... hardcore shower.
Yeah.
So
is it in a flood risk area? Yeah, it is. So they he's noticed nowadays a lot of houses are built quite high off the ground, and that's all to do with the flood risks. That's why they have to do it. Some are a metre off the ground, which ours doesn't have to be, but that's why.
Yeah, we've only got to go 300 up from the ground. So
it's just getting a new toolbox in the massive shed. Well, karaoke anyone.
Oh God, it's too early for that.
But I hope like all of you enjoyed the old van life if you're there at the minute as well. I saw loads of reels from last night.
Yeah, it looks like a great idea. We're going to put in a cellar despite the flood risk.
I'd love to again, like because a lot of people like Germany and people like that, they have cellars.
Pretty much everyone in America has them, don't they?
But,
thanks ever so much, Brian.
Yeah, they're not big over here, so I don't know why.
Brian says to build a flip-flop tree.
Yeah.
Good old Aussie reference there. We will probably...
What is the house going to be? Country, modern, old-fashioned? It'll be old-fashioned inside, but it'll be like the American Barner dorms. So like
it'll be very much this style.
Yeah.
And one thing that is great is John's mum has fabulous style as well. So the house will, even though she'll obviously decorate her side of the house the way she wants it, it will be really cohesive because we like all the same stuff.
Yeah, so. Thanks very much, James. Yeah, Ambitious Strikes. I need to watch some of their stuff because they do like some, they've got epic, like Okosh and all sorts they have. So
one question was, what is Jess wanting most of all? This is an excellent question. I'm very excited about my pantry.
Thanks, Leslie. Animal Fund.
I'm very excited about my pantry. I'm also so excited about having the land because that's truly a dream that, if I'm quite honest, I'd given up on. I didn't think that that was something we'd ever get out here.
No.
And it's kind of always been my goal because I grew up in the country in Australia, which is why we live where we live really, because we're on a farm, but we've got a small place.
Does the house have a name? No, it doesn't. We get to name it ourselves actually, but like everything, you get to pick a few names and then somebody else gets to pick which one. So yeah.
And it also takes months to go through, like everything is going to. Thanks, Leslie, for my animal fund legend. Get me some duck food or something. We're getting lots of recommendations for different things to grow as well.
Decorating anything in Hessian. We often get, it's so hard, YouTube, to say the right thing at the right time. And we always get slated. Oh, that's not right. And oh, you did it. Not to the Hessian thing, that's just banter. But like, it's so hard. And then at the end of it, you're like, that'll do. Because whatever you say, people are going to moan anyway. So, but yeah.
There was Shutscape.
I think all YouTubers will understand. But yeah, like we said before, if you haven't done YouTube, it almost supposed to be like you have to try it to sort of.
Yeah, our mates Jess and Alex, when he started filming, he said that he
Thanks,
reckons
Alex.
that good old Alex. Alex, sorry, and Karen, thank you. He said that you should have to try and do a video before you're allowed to comment on videos. Yeah. I think, I mean, maybe just before you're allowed to make a negative comment about how someone's filmed a video.
Yeah,
maybe.
you haven't got a sewing machine yet, have you? But
Karen wants a donkey, John.
Yeah.
There's a lot of votes for donkeys and ducks. It's going to happen. Will John get a telehandler? Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
We all know the answer to that one. Name the house
DIY adventures, insulation. Yeah, it's my Aussie accent, mate. But it's not my fault you guys have bosh and chops down there in old New Zealand. At least we say our it sounds in Australia. The other one people have teased me about a lot is data and tour. Apparently I say that wrong.
Are the huge grants available? Air source heat pump in that there is, yeah, to get like heating, but so we'll make the most of them. But and then when you build a new house as well, you get all the VAT back at the end of it, and that's what's hopefully gonna
build our truck at the end.
Yeah,
hopefully. And that's the point. So we get asked a lot, what is the new vehicle going to be? Honestly, I have a list on my phone every time we think of something cool to build, and it just gets every time we build something, it gets longer.
Honestly, I think it'll be like an old DAF. Which I never used to like, but I've seen some pictures lately. But that's probably going to be the cheapest way to go. But it just depends how much money we have.
Yeah, we really want to work at doing lots of stuff with GRP as well. So like we said when we were at the Lincolnshire show, I'd love to build like a custom GRP box body on the back of a Landy. Obviously, we want to build our own kind of expedition box as well.
Thanks, Leanna, Richmond, and Craig. Much appreciated.
Much appreciated. Thank you. And actually, while we're on the note of thank you, I'm going to just pop off the screen.
MAN, HX, that's what I want. You know what I mean? I want to follow the old global traces, but there's so much money now. And it seems like everybody's doing them as well. Like they're really popular at the minute. So, yeah, I don't know. Probably won't be one of them at the minute, but maybe at one stage, hopefully.
Taken a little opportunity to say thank you. So Angelina, one of our friends we met in Canada, sent us a huge box of Canadian goodies when we got home, just to, deal with the Canadian homesickness, because we did love that so much. They sent me loads of homemade jams, lots of Canadian Tire stuff. I was a very, very happy girl. And those amazing chocolate biscuits that I love. So thank you for those.
Yeah. Are you going to design the three phase for solar? I've heard it's meant to be a lot better if you run 3-phase, and we've got it. So we might do. And for car charging and everything like that as well. So, yeah, I think that's probably, hopefully, the way we're going to go.
Definitely something where we need help on, though, because you might know how to do solar for campers.
And we will do underfloor heating as well, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then Gary from Australia sent me a massive, great big box of Aussie goodies, and it was literally just.
She bans me. Just show them. She bans me from eating these.
Not got a huge amount left. She sent me a mud cake, burgering, all kinds. So, but lots of my favourite things. So that was so lovely.
Did you get a new drone? No, we had it repaired, and it's sort of hovers and it flickers about now. Jess crashed it again twice now into a tree.
When we went out, when we went out in the pins, I drove it into a tree.
So we will need to get a new one, but obviously because we're not traveling at the minute, we can get static shots of the house with it the way it is, but we'll have to get a new one. But I'm hoping the 5 will come out. So when it does,
we'll get that. But I can't believe I went 2.5 years with all of those shots in the Arctic and everything, driving us backwards through trees and never crashing it, and then I crashed it twice.
Are you going to collab with Colin Furze and Tom Ladd? I don't think we're sort of like at their level, to be honest. Like Colin Furze, millions. I bet he'll get it all the time. Like a lot of people ask, like, will you collab with people? And it's sort of, I bet they get it a lot. Like Armstrong, he must get rinse of things. Yeah. So yeah, I think collabs is quite hard as well, because you always try and, if you're both YouTubers, to try and fill both content and that. But I mean, it would be good to collab with people one day.
It was amazing when Jonna came. And obviously that will definitely be something that's going to feature in the new workshop. We will definitely do some shadow foam.
Yeah.
And back to my little thank yous. So this is called a tire flyer from Mick and Ella. Ella is the dog. And Mick makes these out of old go-kart wheels. So Brian is very grateful for this little dog toy. And then, I'm sorry, darling, what was the name of the person who sent it?
This is James. He goes to Canada quite a bit, and he got some buckets, which I'm already using. We've got some. grease nibbles in there.
And I also think that they are perfect size for my snacks while we're in the shed.
Thanks, Brian. Followed you from the start. Good man. Seems like we get a lot of people message on old videos, and it's cringy hours to watch old videos.
John won't even watch them. I wanted to watch something from when we were back home last, and he was like, "Nah, can't do it."
I remember Fruity saying that, like when Campervine first started and they were like filmed on phones. Like I watched a few of the early ones, and it's so funny to watch them like before and after. Like every
especially
YouTuber,
because
you know
Lou is like the videography queen as well. Which is an amazing job.
But yeah, same with any YouTuber. It's like when you look back, but just show you sort of like you're getting better, I suppose. But
escape to rural France from never ending house reno. I will actually say here. So I love restoring things and like bringing things back to life. So as much as I love our new property, my ultimate dream probably would have been to get like an old derelict farmhouse. But obviously there's the benefits with building a new house, that it can be ecologically better and insulation and all of that sort of thing. But I think one day I would love to go and buy like an old abandoned chateau.
The other thing is we've renovated a few houses before, and you always find new stuff cropping up. So whereas this, when you build new, you know it's good, and things like heating, everything, we can just, it's going to be the best it's going to be for the rest of our life pretty much if we do live there.
Although the things that will crop up are the things that we've not done a great job of, but still.
I haven't used the old 3D printer lately actually, so I need to get that back in use. So.
Have we thought about a separate toilet, shower and laundry block?
We will at the beginning, because we won't have a big place, but no, not for the big house. That'll be inside the house anyway. Edit your videos in the new shed. Any space for that? We will have a bit of sort of like clean area upstairs, but I think that'll be in the house, to be honest, because the laptop's quite expensive in that, isn't it? So we'll definitely keep that with us. But I think the idea for the clean room upstairs, apart from obviously being the tea and biscuit station, we'll have all the things up there that we want to stay nice as well, because when I do the upholstery and 3D printers, and it'll be dust proof and a nice little rest place really, especially while we're getting everything else done too. But no, the Sainsbury's van's gone, but still got the pins.
Are we making a space in our new house for a studio? Actually, that is the latest iteration that we have made for our house plans. Is we did a massive rearrange because we decided that we would really like to have an office.
What's your take on open plan shitters? I'm game, but Jess isn't, mate. Like, she's not so keen on it. Like, so
I like to have a door to shut as much as anything to get some space from him.
Can you get fibre at the new place? No, it's going to be Starlink, I think.
Yeah, we'll be back on Starlink again.
Yeah.
It's out in the fens. Everyone's a bit backwards out here. Don't have much of the
Calvin, merch. Yeah.
We were doing mini tours around the UK to take a break from the build. That would be a lovely idea. It's just that because we've sold the Sainsbury's van and we do need to sell the pins to help pay for this, we're not going to have anything to do that in, unfortunately.
Do you have Q1 or full planning permission?
Yeah. So initially, the property actually got planning permission for a Class Q, but then they redid it and it's actually got full planning permission. So it means we don't lose permitted development rights and things like that. So we want to keep that. And that's one of the reasons, again, that barn, the big barn that's there, will come down because we can then do it as a full planning permission rather than Class Q and keep all that other rights.
Again, watching Restoration Couple do theirs, I think if they could have demolished and started again from what, like they said, I think that would be the better way as well. Yeah. So, but it will be single story as well. Like, we love single stories, don't really like the stairs, so we'll keep it single story.
Yeah, I think that maybe, I don't know, but you really like it. I think for me that comes from living in Australia, because hardly anyone has 2-story houses, at least in WA anyway. So someone else said I need Jim to build up my guns. They have got a little bit soggy when we were driving all that time in Alaska, but I'll get on with building things and that'll get them going.
Living Free Van Life said, just started YouTube. It's so hard. Good luck, guys. It is, mate. Honestly, it's so hard, especially like loads of people doing it now. Honestly, a lot of it is just luck. It's not like you've got to do a good video, but most of it is if they YouTube share your stuff. So you could, there's loads of other people that are better videos out there than us. They've got less views than that. So yeah, it's just like a
bizarre game. I think John explained it really well one day when he said it's like going to work and doing your best job every week, and you get paid a different amount for nothing that you can control. So like sometimes you might get double pay, and then other times you might get 10% of your wage, and you've just got no clue why. It's just some kind of random cosmic algorithm-y thing controlling it. So
yeah, we've got a good pair of wellies. We need to get wellies.
John needs wellies. I think I'm going to get, I've got long wellies, but I think I'm going to get short wellies as well, especially after going the other day. There was a suggestion that we could do a tour of the UK in a tent. I am up for tent camping, but there will need to be a bathroom.
Where are you living while we build? We'll be living on site, mate. We'll be living there to do it because it's 45 minutes from us now. So to go back and forth, it just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So.
We'll just be a brickie. We're not planning on doing a huge amount with bricks. I will be doing all the brickying for my flower beds.
And thanks, AS. Croc Fund.
Oh,
we'll
no.
get plenty with that, mate.
No blooming crocs.
But yeah, we plan not to do any bricks. So, I mean, we can lay bricks, but not very well. So the design we're going to go for will be a lot user-friendly anyway. So that's the plan.
Well, if the planners will let us. Although we got so excited not last night, the night before. We went out for a drive, and in our area we saw, because marketplace find, we saw someone had built a house just like the kind of style that we want. So that's so exciting that someone in this kind of area has been allowed to build something like that.
Yeah.
And someone else asked earlier about a greenhouse. Yes, I do very much plan to build a greenhouse. It will be in my little kitchen garden area, and I kind of want to do it like half brick. With the wall I want to take down from the old barn.
Will our house be for sale? It will be for sale. Hopefully later on, and when we run out of money, we'll sell this place. But we'll just have to see how money goes. It would be nice to keep this because I've heard all sorts of nightmares where people like sell their house and then end up living in a caravan for like years and years and years because stuff goes wrong. So if we can keep this, it's almost like at
least until we get going, it'd be really nice to have this as kind of a fallback if we run. A tree house. I would love a tree house. And actually, my parents used to take me on holiday to a place where they had a tree house when I was a kid, and it was the coolest thing ever. Unfortunately, we don't have much in the way of trees on the property.
We need a ride-on mower. Someone might have for you. We'll need a big one, mate, unfortunately. So
he has been literally, that was one of the things we were doing while we were
I don't know whether to get a zero-turn one or the one with 3 out the front or a toe-long one. Like, this is part of the excitement, really.
Yeah, every single shop we went past in Alaska that had mowers, we had to stop and look at the mowers. But they have so much cool stuff actually in the shop.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah, but I think there's more people, I suppose.
Yeah,
isn't there? So.
Same as back home. Well, I think people just buy things from shops more rather than just online.
Yeah. Make sure you put up some bat houses to eat up the bugs.
And I want to build little owl houses as well, because we've got a barn owl that lives in the little shed directly opposite my kitchen window here, and I love watching that fly in and out.
Yeah, we might get
goats. God, sorry, I just kicked you off.
We might get goats. Yeah.
Oh, that's changed to might get goats now. That's an improvement, everybody.
Do you have a plan? In security and alarm, we'll have decent security and alarms for sure. We'll get that on there.
Restoring a tractor. Well, we are going to need some kind of tractor for sure. So yes, knowing us, that will probably mean that we buy a derelict one and restore it.
It's a bit hectic at the minute. Even I'm a bit like, because we've got a few projects on the go, which, like I say, we'll be showing you in the next few weeks. But,
yes, it has been. Someone said fainting goats, please. If you have not watched reels of fainting goats, do yourself a favour and go and watch them. They're the cutest things ever. Is crime a problem? Not so much where we are, to be honest, touch wood, but yeah, it's I'm always paranoid. Grew up in London, so we couldn't have had more different childhoods. Like, I grew up literally leaving the keys to the vehicle in the car outside the house unlocked. When my family went to go on holiday once, they couldn't find the keys to lock the house. Whereas John grew up putting fire chains on everything. Yeah. So I can see sponsorship from solar firms and wireless security firms. To be honest, mate, like, it just depends who's game. Like, a lot of people contact us. And to be honest, a lot of people I contact, they just ignore me. So, yeah, I don't know. The worst thing is, I don't expect something for free. But the hardest thing is, you're going to promote their stuff anyway, because you're going to be showing it. And then people will ask, where did you get that from? And you don't want to say, I'm not telling you. So you end up sort of like telling them, and then you sort of, I don't know. It's a weird one. And we've always promoted things right from the very start. Yeah. That we think are good products. Good. Yeah. I never want to just like only promote stuff that people pay us for, because
well, it wouldn't be a lot for a start, and then.
But we just like sharing helpful things. So one thing I will promise you though is we will never ever do stuff that we don't like or use. So
unless we're paying a lot of money, a lot of money, but you'll see loads of things being bought if that's the case.
If that ever happens, we'll give you the like, this is good. But no, we wouldn't do that. So yeah, anything that we do promotions for, we do genuinely use.
Yeah, more Milwaukee sponsorship. Oh, that'd be the dream, wouldn't it? But probably never going to
happen. Questions about a pond. So we'd love to do a pond. I think that'd be really nice. I think it might help with some of where like there's clearly been some flooding on the land. But we need to get something called a topography survey done where they come and like map all the land. I don't know why I have to do this.
How much to promote yellow and black? Wash your mouth out. Only red here.
He would buy yellow and black if it had something that he
I'd
wanted.
buy anything.
He
I'm
would.
a tall, I won't say the word.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's a tall floozy.
Yeah.
That's a more appropriate word for a morning. Oh goodness.
Time for a puppy. Yeah, it would be nice. But,
we would love to. But we need to, I think we would need to confine ourselves to Europe to do that because we can't be kind of jetting off back home. And we couldn't be going back over to the Americas and things to have a puppy. And obviously we need to make the property secure, but oh my God, that would make me so happy. Or maybe I love rescue dogs as well. So you also bother Neo.
Will there be a lot of less traveling for the next few years? Yes, mate. There won't be pretty much any, to be honest. I like to do a project and hit it hard and go straight at it. Otherwise, I find you get bored of it and then you end up don't doing it or don't do it very well. So yeah, it's going to be on hold unless we get fed up. Really, we might do a little trip somewhere. So yeah.
Thank you. People are putting in lovely, kind comments saying they're enjoying it. So thank you ever so much. We very much appreciate it. John, is Tool Time Tuesday still happening? Tool Talk Tuesday.
Yeah, right, Jess.
Oh my gosh. It's not Tool Time Tim from Home Improvement.
Yeah. It's going to be a regular feature, I hope, because there's going to be plenty of tools being bought. So.
Well, if what he's been buying lately is anything to go by.
Is it a windy spot? We don't know yet, to be honest. But
yeah, I think it's got to be a little bit more protected than where we are currently, because we're literally like there's a lighthouse right near us. We're that close to the wash here, whereas our new place is a lot more inland. So we're hoping, and we want to obviously put up hedging, but not so it blocks the view. I want to plant a lot of trees and things like that. So hopefully it'll help, and we'll try and kind of orientate things. I don't know how to do it like this.
What do we miss most about not living in Oz? There's the weather, but not so much. Obviously, the weather's the biggest thing, but the culture, just being like a scruff.
Mm-hmm.
Aussies are scruffs.
Yeah.
And they go to like Bunnings and everything like that, scruff, and nobody cares. So yeah, I like that. I like the lifestyle in Oz. It's really, it's a really laid back.
As much as we have an amazing life here, I think, I do very much miss.
If you've got kids, Oz is a place to be. For sure,
the Australian culture, and obviously I miss a lot of the snacks, which I'm not missing quite so much now, thanks to good old Gary. And I don't miss the flies.
When do you think the bill will be completed? Yeah, sorry, no idea, mate. Like just whenever it gets done, to be honest, because the shed's going to take a long time. Then every project's going to be a while anyway. So,
Alan, I'm going to fight you. Says it will be windy with me living here. Right. John is the stink atomic bomb in this household, not me. Thank you very much.
It's the land of big skies. You know what? Like, there's never a truer word. People say that the skies are so blue in Australia. It's insane. Like some days you'll never see a cloud in sight, and
and they are. It's the bluest, vibrant blue you can.
If you've not been to Oz, you have to go. One of the best places in the world. So
I'm so lucky to have grown up there. But then I'm so grateful for all the opportunities that living in the UK gives us as well.
I hated England before I went to Oz. Now I love the place. A lot of people sort of slag England off, and I want to just say, go away from it for a bit and come back because you'll love it, honestly. So.
I have to say as well, with the summer that we're getting this year, I am not missing Australia anywhere near as much because it has been glorious. I mean, John's mum did tell me last night she was moving to the North Pole because she's sick of the heat, but I am in my element, absolutely loving it.
Yeah, but New Zealand, we want to go there. Definitely.
Right, John, you need to decide Bunnings, Lowe's, or Canadian Tire. Which would you want to be let loose with endless?
It's got to be old CT. Bit of CT. Yeah, definitely. Canadian Tire.
Even after the Bunnings wheelbarrows, though.
Yeah, Bunnings don't cut it. Bunnings, I don't know. Yeah,
see,
Canadian
I think
Tire.
he would have been most terrifying in Princess Auto, if I'm honest. If I had to choose the most dangerous shop for John of any place we've been on our travels, it's Princess Auto, because They've got the mini tractors,
Mini
the
diggers,
post-hole
yeah.
diggers, the log splitters. So
It's Jess on a visa to live here. Unfortunately, not because we could get rid of her, but she's got.
you'd be lost without me.
She's got an English passport, unfortunately.
I do. So, because all of my family actually are British, so they all moved to Australia before I was born. So I am of British blood, but I still consider myself to be an Aussie.
Nice to hear somebody loving the summer instead of whinging about it. We whinge a lot about it, I have to say, but we've had a glorious one this year.
Yeah, it's made me
Scorchers,
so
28
happy.
degrees yesterday. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
So, and we were spray painting as well as a little insider, yeah. But,
so will the name change for now to True Blue Billses? I think we'll probably just leave, because Camper Vibe have stayed Camper Vibe, haven't they? And
yeah. Although Benechesca, they're changing, aren't they?
we don't know what they're changing to though.
Benechesca.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Overland Sophia.
Although we don't know
What do we think, people? What are they doing? They've got a house, eh? But the question is it a doer-upper? Is it in England? So yeah, it's going to be interesting, isn't it?
I don't know,
yeah.
but yeah.
I think it's got to be a house, isn't it? Like,
yeah, we've always loved
reading into it, like from what we've just done and what they've been saying. Yeah, it's got to be. So I think they're announcing that today as well.
No, Sunday.
Yeah, sorry, Sunday. So if you don't watch Overland Sophia, head over there and see what they're up to as well.
Yeah. Click Online says, oi, oi, oi. Yes, it is Aussie. Someone's off to Australia next week. Andrew. Oh, I'm so excited for you.
House not in England, Jess and Alex reckons. Ooh, that's a good one, mate. What do you reckon, in Spain? Yeah, I don't know.
Andrew is getting an off-road caravan in Perth to go traveling with. Oh, that is amazing. I'm so jealous.
Are we going to have a log burner? Probably not, mate. Don't like the work on them.
Yeah, it doesn't like to clean them out. We'll probably have a fake one like the one.
I like chopping the wood. I like getting the log splitter to split them.
I like lighting the fire.
I just don't. Yeah, I like seeing it, but I don't like it's too much faff. I like turn it up. There you go. You got heating.
Maybe we'll have. Oh no, we've got a fire pit outside here, and we never use it because always. Why is it that the smoke always blows in your face, and whenever you move, it turns around to blow in your face?
What's the next video? Can't tell you, mate. I wish I could. Jess has banned me, but it's a good one. Trust me.
It's probably John's favourite day of his life ever, if that helps. So. Someone said about a houseboat. I tell you what, we would really like to try doing a boat one day. I think a houseboat is probably a safe bet because we both get so seasick. So I think, that would be.
John, you haven't read this much in your entire life. That's my sister. Yep, you're right, Charlotte.
So good, Charlotte. Were we tempted to buy a house in Bulgaria? Well, it sort of started because we didn't think that we could afford anything out here, to be honest, that would give us what we wanted. Our original idea did start with, in all seriousness,
Spain.
We need to look overseas.
That is why we started YouTube. We looked in Spain.
Why we started YouTube?
Well, we looked in Spain to buy a house in Spain.
Oh, while we bought a van,
and then we bought a van. So it was sort of part of it, really.
Yeah, looking to move overseas, I suppose, is actually.
Peaky Blinder, you're late, mate. You've missed the banter.
God. But yeah, that's how we ended up with a camper in the first place, really, because I was getting to the point where I said to John, I don't know if I can do winter in England forever. So that's how we got here, really. I was just looking for another one. Yeah,
sorry, I'm trying to get all your comments. I've been like this all day.
All day. John's just been giving you this.
Whenever I watch lives, I always want to try and get the comments. But we said we're only going to do an hour. We'll do an hour 10 because I know people get bored of it. But then there's some people that come late, aren't they? So
thanks ever so much for coming on at all, guys. We are so grateful that you've come in.
Selling and going to France next year. Sorry, selling up in France and going to Bulgaria next year.
Oh, that's exciting. What part of the UK are we in? So we're currently just in Norfolk. The new property is going to be in Lincolnshire. So, but we're kind of quite close to the Lincolnshire border now. So it's not.
What service was my dad in? He was Remy. And where did we live? We lived all over because we moved every 2 years. So we lived in Germany and all over the UK. So
someone said they're glad John isn't doing this naked. I'm also glad that John is not doing this naked. And I'd just like to sort of pause here for a moment for everyone to get out their violins for me, because every time that John decides to take his kit off, it means that I have to sit there and blur every single frame of every single frame of that video. So that's quite often 60 frames per second that I have to make sure that is covered.
I'm in Thetford, just down the road then. Yeah.
Brilliant. Is there going to be a swimming pool? Actually, quite a few people have asked about a swimming pool. Probably not,
No.
because the amount that you get to use it in the UK is very small. I did actually see, very excitingly, that just the other side of the village from where we're moving is a swimming pool that you can hire. So we could always go down there.
It looks like a full-time job.
A lot of maintenance too.
It looks like a full-time job. How you get the money in? Sponsored ads, honestly. Like, that's one of the biggest ones. And obviously YouTube pay as well. So
and also someone suggested a lingerie catalogue for you. Maybe you could be a lingerie model, John.
Obviously. Yeah. But yeah, that's, like I say, when you see the ads, that's what's paying for it mostly.
Brent Pilgrim says, wouldn't be too many pixels. You're right, Brent.
Love from Suffolk.
Oh, what are the neighbours like? So we have met them when we went to look at the property, but we went round the other day and they made us a cup of tea and let me cuddle the dog. So yeah, we couldn't be happier about that. And they're our only neighbours that we'll really have anything to do with. There are some a little bit further down the road, but yeah, someone says a double-decker bus. Now, I have to say, I'm very keen on the double-decker bus idea because I can lock John like downstairs and I can go upstairs and have some peace and quiet. So.
Yeah, YouTube membership joining button. Honestly, I don't know what more I'd give you if we had a membership. I don't honestly what more I could offer. Like
nudes.
That'd be a lot of money for that though. But no, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if there'd be any value in it. That's why I don't want to do it, because I'd feel bad that you're paying for something that I think wouldn't be that interesting really. So.
Someone said, what kinds of names can you name a house? Within reason, according to the forms, you can call it sort of whatever you want to call it, but no sort of naughty names and things like that. I'm sure John would have had fun trying to figure that out. But yeah, within reason, you can call your house whatever you want in the UK. It's not kind of like, I've never known anything in Australia other than being like a certain number on a street, but they don't really do it like that here. Someone also says Woodhall Spa has an outside pool. I've not been there, but I'm excited to go. And I'd also like to go. They have this thing called Kinema in the Woods, where it's like this old vintage cinema screen.
Time for a haircut, John. I'm stringing onto it as long as I can, mate. Getting the old egg in a nest in the back.
It's always.
Jess won't cut it anymore either, so that's why it gets longer. But,
is John's cookbook going to be for sale for the sons? I mean, it would be the smallest book in the world. How to make a pot noodle, how to burn toast.
Would merch be a good income? You know what? I reckon it is. I reckon people kill it on the merch.
Yeah, I reckon we have to organise our life and actually.
Yeah, because but I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what you earn on it. So
live with the clippers. I mean, you did see the haircut that I gave him by the lake in Canada. We could do a remake of that. That would be entertaining. Oh goodness. We have to start an OnlyVans instead of an OnlyFans.
Wood-fired hot tubs. Yeah, that would be good, that. But what's John's cookbook? Or did I hear it wrong? I need to do that cookbook. That'd earn us a lot of money, wouldn't it?
I really don't think that. Would anybody actually buy a cookbook? Of
course they would.
No, they wouldn't.
How's the 3D printing going? I haven't really been doing much lately, mate.
No. We have been every time my niece comes to visit, though, she requires.
There's one for you, John. Yes, only grands.
That's my kind of place, that is. What are our plans for the rest of today? Truth be told, apart from the bit of our house behind us, it is a bit of a mess.
It is a state. We've been flat out busy, and yeah, the workshop is a state. It's the worst it's ever been, because we've been buying loads as well to be going to the new place. It's so chock-a-block, isn't it? So, and
also my mum is here from Australia, so she's coming.
Which is why we're not a van lover, really. So we wanted to go there, but
don't make mum feel bad.
How old are you both? I'm 39 now. We're getting
old. Be 40 at Christmas, and I am.
Thanks, Kiwi fella.
How old am I? What year is it? I'm 36. So yeah.
My mum's house called Windy Bottoms.
No, it's not. That's hilarious.
What about selling mud like Colin Furze did? That was a genius idea. That only Colin Furze could sell mud to people. Yeah, genius. But
only guns, even better.
Have you been approached by tool companies? No, mate.
We wish we had.
No, not
John's
at all.
dream come true. If there's any tool companies out there.
Yeah, Shadow Foam. He's the only bloke that's ever like hooked me up with tools, I think, isn't he? That's the only tool sponsor we've ever had.
I think so. Yeah. Oh, and we've been gifted them by a lot of people who watch the videos, but that's not a sponsor, is it? So
yeah. What do we buy on Facebook Marketplace? Oh, this is another clue for you. Lifting chains.
Oh my goodness, he's just out of control. Try speedy hire. That's a good idea.
When do you think you'll have the first workshop build video? It's probably going to be a while still, isn't it?
Well, we need to obviously get ourselves on site. So we need to get a static caravan and get it there. We need to sort out water systems. We need to cut down all of the weeds that are taller than our heads, and things like that. But then, yeah, and it also depends. We're just checking at the moment whether we have to get planning permission to change the cladding or not.
Yeah.
So that will be something that may slow us down as well. But we'll have other projects to go in the meantime.
Members could see videos early. Sometimes videos are finished on a Friday, mate. They wouldn't be much early. But
no.
And then curious to know what you did for a living. What you do for a living? Just YouTubing. That's all we do, mate. That's how we make our living. But before I was a mechanic and just worked in events. So
yeah, and teaching as well.
Yeah.
Get a barge. A barge would be great, but it's not really going to help us on the property. Someone said instead of getting a caravan, get a barge. But we're not on a river, so that would be a little bit tricky. I would like to do a barge one day. That is beautiful old boats.
Is the asbestos easy to remove? We sort of said about that before, but hopefully it's going to be, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. It's more.
It's not easy, but it's going to be.
The actual process of getting rid of the asbestos is easy. Us getting it off of the barns ourselves might be a little bit trickier.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to wrap it up.
We're going there, are we?
We are.
I could read these comments all day.
John always gets so into this, and I love it too. But we don't want to keep you for all of your day. So yeah, thanks ever so much for coming on this morning, guys.
Yeah, sorry if I didn't get your messages. I was trying to get as much as I could because, like I say, I always think it's about reading what you guys have to say in these things.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it.
Oh, hang on. Can I have birthday wishes, please? Happy birthday, Alison.
You've done it now. They're going to come through.
Happy birthday, Alison. I hope that you have had cake for breakfast. And if you haven't, it's okay. It's still time. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning.
So have a good one, guys. We'll see you next week. You're going to love it.
See you then. If I can figure out how to do this. Right. See ya. Oh, no, hang on. Nearly see ya. Ah, what am I doing? Has it gone?